SMP is definitely a male-dominated industry, and you don't see a lot of women doing it. Especially women that are standouts. I mean, they've really made a name and a brand for themselves. So when I came across you two, and you wanted to come here, of course, we're stalking your Instagrams, we're looking at your work, we're looking at you, and
I like that you did that, though.
100%. Yeah. I may have even asked, I do have some friends over there in the UK, so I may have asked, are they good humans? Are they cool? Like, are they good trained? Well, you want to bring people in that are...
It's a representation of you.
Anybody I bring into the Girlz Inc. studio, if the class isn't good, even though I'm not the one teaching it,
it's an affiliation, isn't it?
It is an association. It's a reflection of me. I think people that come to the Girlz Inc. studio, they're trusting my opinion of other trainers. If I'm bringing you two in, then you must be better. No, not just good. You are excellent. You are great humans. You're dedicated trainers. You care about your students, and you work hard, in your training classes. Like, you're diehard trainers. That's what I want. So of course I ended up having like a really great feeling, and so excited, and there was a little other part to that excitement was finally,
I love
finally, here are two women. I thought the two of you together was very interesting, and it fascinated me, especially the look. So here we go with the look again.
Can't say.
Yes, yeah. Because you're distinctive. The two of you separate are distinctive, but when you put the two of you together, it's even more...
It's intriguing.
It's intriguing, and it's instinctive. It's very distinctive, and it's eye-catching. The work you do is brilliant. That's an English term, isn't it?
Brilliant.
I
love that. It's brilliant.
It's brilliant.
And lovely.
Usually
and lovely.
So over
so
here,
lovely.
Yeah,
so lovely.
It's so lovely. It's brilliant. Over here,
so
we say it's like it's so dope, or it's like really super good, But yeah, so I say use
lovely.
But no, your skill level is out of this world. You're really super skilled.
Thank you.
So I thought, well, maybe with these two, I don't know yet. I don't really know them yet, but maybe these two are going to be the disruptors. The two women, that are going to come into SMP and really make a name for themselves and really elevate the SMP industry so it is more attractive to women.
100%. Because I think as well, like...
Can I ask you one thing before, not to interrupt you?
Yep.
What was it like, or what is it still like for you two coming into the SMP world as women? You guys are going to the conventions.
I think that we can be overlooked.
Definitely. I think we don't get too involved. We're so in our own world, me and Jess, that literally, like, our husbands get on really well, and they just, like, when we're together, they're just like, it's just us, and it's just us and everyone around it, isn't it? But I think, yes, there's for sure, I think you could be seen as a bit of a minority, or perhaps maybe not as serious or as good at SMP because we're a couple of girls, but I don't let it bother me. I just think we just stay in our lane and we're focused. We know we're good. We know we work hard. We know we're ethical. We know our training is of a really bloody good standard. We work so hard to just do what we do and love what we do and give the best training. So if maybe there's people that don't think that's great, or that, maybe they think it's a bit humorous or whatever, I couldn't give a shit.
Well,
I couldn't give a shit. I'm trying to be polite.
Why would anybody find it humorous? So you're two women in this.
We're just two women coming in that love scalp micropigmentation, and we're having a fucking laugh.
Well, I think it's about
and we
time.
and actually
not
we want to
teach. There's not women doing scalp work. There is.
Let's bring more in.
100%.
And this is what we're saying. We're going to rock the industry.
If more haven't come in. Because it's intimidating.
I think
because
it is
male dominated.
I think it is,
right?
We've had that feedback from students because we always say, what made you pick us? Because we want to know. Like, we're curious. We're like,
there's some
you've got
amazing
such a good choice, and incredible trainers, incredible artists. The look.
No,
shit at SMP, but the look.
No, but I think you're right. And in what in this class, there was a really, I think, really amazing takeaway from this class for me, and we talked about it last night. And when I walked in and when we were booking the students, and you guys wanted a bald male head so bad, and we couldn't find a bald male head to book, And what did we end up booking all 3 days? Numerous women.
Yeah, and this is it. It's evolving. The women, and this is, it needs to get out there.
Thinning hair, bald spots, sparse spots.
It's massive,
and for so many reasons.
Big. And the thing is, as well, for so many reasons, medical, hormonal.
We had lots of weight loss surgery clients as well.
Huge gastric,
loads.
Thyroid issues to make you lose your hair. My mum is
so much
thinning on top,
and actually, a lot of women they didn't actually realise that this treatment, and they still don't, that this treatment is available.
You know
because
why?
It was so male dominated,
and it's not marketed. And you guys call it density work.
Yep.
So there's the bald head, and 99.9% of that, if not more, is going to be male.
Yeah.
Right. But with density work,
they're like, what's that?
Yeah.
There are hundreds of thousands of women.
I think there's more
walking around.
I think there's more
with thinning hair, thinning patches, bald spots.
We did it on one of our students on the course. She's like, "Can you do mine?" Well, actually, two of them.
I did.
One could do.
Yeah.
And they don't know it's and they're embarrassed by it. My hairdresser, I was talking to her about this class coming, and she has 2 or 3 clients where she was fascinated by it. She had never heard of it.
Yeah.
But she had 2 or 3 hairdressing clients where she leaves the hair a little bit longer strategically on one side to cover
part it one way.
You'll be so surprised how many, honestly, that hair loss is massive.
But it's not being marketed.
No. So this is what we're here to do.
Towards women that have this issue that affects their self-esteem and how they feel about themselves. They're embarrassed by it. They're covering it. They're always afraid the wind's going to blow their hair and expose the thinning spot. My mum really hates it. My mum wears hair pieces.
I had a client, didn't I, that girl the other day, bless her, and she didn't know anything about it. She's not really on social media or anything, so she's not really seeing the posts. And it was it's a friend of a friend, and she's been wearing like the dark sort of like coloured dry shampoo for years. She wouldn't even really go swimming with her children because she's like, I can't, because it was, bless her heart, it was really severe. But she'd messaged me, we got the pictures and I sent them to her. I was like, oh look, and she sent me a picture saying like, done my first hair wash on day 6, and she went, I honestly was scared that like, what if it does wash out, sort of thing, because I just couldn't believe this potentially was not going to wash out.
The confidence it gives ladies,
it's heart melting.
No, and I don't want to.
Oh, we love doing men's hair, don't we?
The confidence it gives ladies and men is
men are always talked about. I mean, that's a given.
Women,
it's known.
Yes.
And that's why I wanted to focus on my female client.
And actually, a lot of people that we train in SMP, they're both beginners and already doing permanent makeup. A lot of them, they've already got their client. They've already got their clients because
they got their permanent makeup clients.
They've got the permanent makeup clients. They're women.
They're
women. You're basically halfway there already, and this is what's happened. I just think I know it's not a thing. I know this is going to come in. This is coming in as a storm. It is a storm.
So I've come to the decision that me and Kat and Willow over there behind the controls, that this is your duty. This is your responsibility.
Yep.
We'll
take it.
To get
we'll take that. Yeah, we'll have that one.
Yeah, and I'll help you any way I can. I think this needs to be talked about more. There needs to be a spotlight on this, and I think it needs to be more available. And the only way it's going to be more available and more accessible and realized by the female population that this is available is if more permanent makeup artists segue or come into this type of work.
Come into it,
And I think it's a beautiful time
about it
in history in our industry to come
it's
into
amazing.
it.
It is. We
it's
get
start,
so
do you know what?
excited, don't we?
We do get.
We lay in bed.
Now thinking about
we lay in bed and we're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Or like if we don't talk for a day, it's weird, isn't it? I feel all like, what's she not messaged me for? Stop being busy without me or whatever. But
when we left last night, I was all giddy and talking all the way home. I was so excited, like talking.
Oh, we were
about
like,
all the ideas. Oh God,
when I flung ourselves
you
down
were
Fremont
on your way
Street.
to Fremont Street, and you weren't thinking about a damn thing except that zip line. No,
I was petrified of that.
Yeah, I mean, I had all
but
these
we were, and it's
ideas.
like we said, it's all everything's like thought provoking, and I love that. It makes me get excited. I'll talk about it all day long to anyone that will listen. Like our husbands again, like. Because they live with us,
probably. But
we've shown both of them how to do it, haven't we? And they know how to do it.
So is density work, is it easier? So density work, just to be clear so our listeners know, it's not like a whole head. It's like when a woman like maybe their part is too wide, or they've got some thinning spots. It's like they got hair on their head, and you're just going to fill it in and make it look fuller and denser. So is density work, is it harder or is it easier than like doing a bald guy?
I think it's different. So you've got challenges with both, and you've got skill with both. So I think with obviously like the bald shaved head, you've got to draw and create and map that hairline, and obviously there's no...
It's like an open canvas, kind of.
Exactly. There's no room for error.
But there shouldn't... But our saying is there shouldn't be an error anyway. You should be able to...
You should be hiding behind the hair.
You should be hiding behind the hair. Each impression or dot... impression, whatever you want to call it.
We need to think
it should be perfect. Yeah, we need a name.
You do need a name. Impression is too long.
Yeah.
Like no one, I can't say myself. Yeah.
And it's not a dot.
A
dot is
it needs to be like a 3-letter word.
It does.
Well, let's put it out to our Tatter-a-fact, our listeners.
Help us.
So in the comments, please. So Kelly, Carrie and Jess, they need a name to call dot. They don't want to call it dot.
Yeah.
But I think it should be a short word. Like impression is too long.
Off the tongue.
Yes. Off the tongue. Yeah. That would make sense. That would make sense.
So please help.
Yeah. Yeah.
You sounded very British then. So
people that follow the Tatter-a-fact and listen to Tatter-a-fact, they're tatter-tots.
I love that.
Yeah, and I always want to give credit to the gal that turned me on to that word. I forgot her name. I did give her credit, I think.
Brilliant.
Lazzy, yeah. Isn't that cute? But you need a name like Tot.
We do.
But not Dot.
Yeah.
I don't like Dot.
We do.
And it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to rhyme with Dot. It just has to be a really cool word.
It's a really cool
something
word
quick,
that will represent
quick
that everyone
catchy.
will know that's what that is.
Yeah. That you can brand and trademark and be a part of your whole brand.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think density, when you're working with density,
I like
the
that word,
challenges
though.
are...
I like density. I like that. Yeah,
because that's kind of what it is.
It says what it's doing.
I think with density, obviously, you're matching up. You're not just matching up.
So like drawing a hairline.
You're matching up hair color. You're matching up the tone of their skin as well. How's that
going
to heal in the skin?
Involved with density work?
Yes. Yeah. There is. I mean,
there's probably another whole layer of color theory, because with a bald head, there's color theory because the scalp is so vascular, so it tends to pull cool.
Yeah. You've also got like the needle theory as well, haven't you? With that. Sorry, Tara.
So density, you've got the scalp, the skin itself that you have to think critically about in color theory, but then you have to match the hair.
Well, also, and then it's like that conversation of, is your hair dyed? Okay, how long do you because we're future-proofing things.
Yeah.
What's your intentions with your hair over the next, 5 years, 10 years, and so forth?
Yeah.
So that comes into it, and you have to think of all these different things.
Or if they're currently dyeing their hair like every 3 or 4 weeks. So.
Do you go from blonde to red to this to that? Okay, well, then you have to have that open and honest conversation.
Have all these questions.
You've got to have such a
forms.
thorough consultation. And actually, not everyone can have it.
Well,
if someone dyes their hair from black to blonde, then they're not going to be your candidate.
Well, what about the sun? What about like if you're doing like a whole head, like a bald? And I mean, the sun hits the first. I mean, it's just SPF. They have to be super good and diligent about SPF and hats and whatnot. Okay.
And ultimately, we can't make them do that, but I always, I'm really honest with my clients. I'm like, this is what you've got to do.
If you don't, I'm going to know.
Exactly that.
And then they all look and like, oh my God,
now I'm
going
to charge you extra to correct it.
But why spend that money if you're not going to look after it and sit through the treatment? Spend good money having, say, a full shaved head done.
Do you find that most take care of it because the investment? The money
think
involved?
they do, because actually it bothers people a lot more. Sometimes they're really honest and they'll say how bothered they are by their hair loss. Other times, I'll get some guys come in that are, quite shy, uncomfortable, and then others will come in and they come across quite, it don't really bother me, but saw you do it, so I thought I'd give it a go. You're not going to give it a go when you're spending that money. You're bothered by it, and that's okay. That's how they're feeling comfortable to get through the appointment. But they do, because you get that thing, don't you, at the end? Like we always say, first session, say on a shaved head, we're like, you're going to see it, it's going to look good, but wait for 2 and 3. That's when it's like you really see it. But you see them, like, as the sessions go on, they're like, they just stand there, their confidence, the shoulders go back, and the same with women. It's
just amazing.
I think
I love doing density. I like it all, but I love doing like girls. I love doing girls.
You get good reaction as well. Like I think
because they're generally just really shocked. And again, going back to it, that they didn't know this was available. So it's like shock after shock.
They
thought,
thought it was men, and they thought it was only shaved heads.
And
And
it does,
like,
because that's all you see all over
good.
Instagram and marketing. You just see, male artists doing male clients, which is great.
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
But,
I had Chris Herrera on here last year.
Some
He's
women,
amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some women do feel more comfortable with women as well.
Yeah, of course.
Because they're embarrassed about their bald
and
head.
some men do go into men as well.
Yeah,
and that's
okay.
absolutely
Well, that's kind of human.
And we get that,
nature, or it tends to be, right? Tends to
and
be.
that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm here to rock
And
the
I
girl
think,
world.
Yeah.
Do you find men, because women are, I think both men and women both equally are vain. I think it comes down to the person, not really the gender. But with that said, I think women are more to do something about it, where men are more reluctant to do anything about it, right?
Yeah.
So do you find that's a struggle with men? Okay, they're bald. It does age, makes them maybe look a little bit older. Some men love being bald, and they wear it proudly, and and women are attracted to bald. Yeah, so
I love it.
So it doesn't matter that you're bald. It matters that you've bald and it's bothering you, and it's affecting your self-esteem.
Exactly that.
So are you finding men are hesitant to go seek help?
Yes, and actually, I actually think, I think it's changing now.
We get the wives of our clients.
Yes,
will
I think
quite
it's
often get
changing
our
a little
male
bit now.
clients.
But I think SMP, especially in the UK, it was quite slow. It's been quite a slow transition, popular treatment.
I
it's
think
been
people
quite
were
slow.
waiting to see how it healed too.
They are, and I'll tell you what it is as well. Is because it was only really marketed for men. Men, the typical British man, 10 years ago, doesn't really talk about. He's not going to tell his friends. I've done people where I'm like, don't put that on social media. Or can you put a fake scar in there so people don't know? Or don't do my hairline perfect because I'm not telling any one of my friends. So actually, when you're trying to get something out, we as tattooists, permanent makeup artists, SMP artists, we rely on people to spread the word.
Yeah.
They're not spreading the word.
They're not spreading the word.
What's happening now is now that density is becoming more popular and women are having the treatment, most women talk. They like to talk. We're raving about, especially in the UK, they're raving about, even in the USA, they're telling about the treatments. People want to talk. They're overwhelmed, and women like supporting, most women like supporting other women as well. So they want to tell their friend that this is available. So I think that's why it's getting out there. And I think that is what's going to change the game. I really believe.
I agree with you. I think women coming into SMP, it's going to blow it up.
It's going to blow it up. It 100% is going to. That is what's going to rock.
It's going to blow it up. Not that the men haven't been doing a good job. I've got some good friends that do SMP.
They're amazing.
And they're doing a great job. But it's just it's just a matter. And it's not. But I think you're right. I think women coming in, it's going to expose
There's space for
to
us.
more women.
There is space for us.
And then those women may talk to their husbands or their partners that have complained that they're balding and don't. Aren't happy that they're balding. It's affecting them. I think it's going to open up conversation between men and women, and I really do. I think it's going to be great for the industry. And as you said earlier, there are going to be maybe some old schoolers or some people in SMP that they're not really digging that women are blowing into the industry because it has been like a male industry. But that happened in body tattooing, too.
Absolutely.
It happened in body. You can't stop us, girls. We're coming.
We are coming. We're already here.
Yeah. But I think probably, look, I've got a couple real good friends that are SMP dudes, and I think they're amazing humans. I think most of the industry, most of them will be very welcoming and
I think when it's done right and the people doing it are doing it responsibly, ethically, and they're not in it for quick money, you can earn really good money doing it. But when you're in it, yes, we all work to earn a living and pay our bills. Of course we do. Let's be honest.
Right.
But when your intentions are genuine and pure, and you are, and I say it a lot, but when you are ethical, why can't we all support that? Regardless of us being females, them being men.
Matters, does it? I've got some really good friends that are SMP men.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. Well, 100%.
And they're incredible. We're here for it, and they're there for it. They're